everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Mystic Eye Games video playthroughs. And today we're going to continue our playthrough of Yggdrasil Chronicles. You know, in the last game we got started, we know we were trying to help solve the case of Baldur's murder. We know that Loki was involved and we're trying to get these promises out to the 9 realms to see if we can stop the continued wrath of the evil enemy gods and all that good stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we are playing as Thor. Here's Thor right here. Tyr and Freya. Now, Tyr hasn't done a whole lot. He's basically going around and dropping the promises. I've got him doing that. I got Freya gathering up elves because they're going to be useful to her. And I've got good old Thor gathering artifacts. But we got to get a move on because we only have so many turns. Now, Needhog has not moved yet on this track, but if he gets to here, we lose. There's many ways to lose. And this is our current enemies track, so it's a very good likelihood that one of these fine evil people is going to activate. And we're probably going to find out very soon. So let's get into it and start the next set rounds of our game. Okay, the first thing we have to do is draw the cards off the top of the deck here from our heroes, and then we decide which one of them is going to go first. I kind of like the fact that Thor is still all by himself down there with the artifacts. He's not going to stay there. We're going to do some other stuff with him for sure, but he's probably going to move over to another land right now. Even though there is an enemy there, he won't be able to take huge advantage of it, but we've got to get some promise. He might just drop a promise token down on the forge since he's there. So we're going to go with him first. What do we get? Oh, it is Surt. So Surt is going to activate. Let's go see what he does. Okay, here's the section on Surt. It says when Surt is activated, we move Surt to the world directly above where he stands. Surt changes levels. If Surt is already on the top level, you lose the game. So we got to beat him back, right? If an enemy is already present on the world that Surt is moving to, the world, this world becomes immediately devastated. Then we're going to turn the mid-level clockwise by 1 position, and we're going to move 2 fire giant pawns from the reserve on Muspelheim to Surt's strength ladder. Let's go take a look at that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move Surt. Down here is Surt. He's in the fiery lands of the fire giants, hellish place. He's going to move up 1 to here. Here's the good news. There's nobody there with him, no villains, no nothing. Now, if he gets up 1 more, we're going to have to deal with that. So I have a feeling Thor is going to have to go take him down. But he also gets stronger. First off, we put one of these guys right here, and then we put another one right here. That means he is at strength 2 now, and the fire giants are helping him out. And that's how we know what strength he's at, is by the indicator there. So he's actually strength 3. That's pretty bad, so we have to fight him. We're going to have to do some serious damage to keep from taking wounds. The next thing we do is we do rotate clockwise the realms, so it's going to go right here. That is really interesting. This is such an interesting dynamic that the tree, the world tree Yggdrasil, is moving around through the universe, and the different lands are going to different places. So anyway, that was Surt's action. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to go back and check. There's no devastation because he didn't actually go to a realm with another villain, and there was no. He didn't lose because he didn't get to the top. So we're going to have to go beat him back, though. So if we ever can't place a fire giant, we lose the game as well. I'm going to put this... Now, I had them turned up, but I think we're just going to turn them down, and I'm just going to have to try and guess and remember. But they go back to the bottom of the hero's decks, right? So this one goes back to Freya's deck here. And see, I had one up from her. I think I'm just going to turn them down, play it that way. That's fine. I don't think this is going to be that hard of a session. So now we get to take Thor's actual turn. And I got to think about what we want to do with it. Okay, so here's Thor. He was in the Dwarven Forges collecting artifacts. There's a couple other good artifacts here, but we're going to move him first. We're going to move him over to here. He's going over to, I can't remember the name of that land. I think it's Midgard. That is Midgard. You can see we got these 2 different types of warriors there. Now he can take 2 of the warriors and move them up to Asgard, which will give them a benefit. Also, you can't ever get the big bonus because this guy Jordmungand is there. I guess I think that's how you pronounce his name, the serpent, and he's going to move along this track, and these guys are going to give us some grief right here. But for now, we get to take an action here. I can do either grab those guys or drop a promise token. I think I'm going to drop a promise token this turn. Take that back. We're not going there at all. We're going to go over and fight. We're going to go over to Cert, see if we can beat him down. So Cert is a strength of 3. Now we know we have these two. We have this drop there which allows him to reroll his die once. And the most he can block right now, I think, is 2, because I think Gungear only works against Hell. So we're going to roll the die, and we're going to knock Cert back down to his realm. Let's see what we can do. Remember, he's got a 3, so we could take a lot of damage if we don't do well. We didn't, but we're going to get a reroll, because I don't want to take 3 damage. We can't take 3 damage anyway. Okay, well, we took 3 damage there, because we blocked none of it. Even with his great special ability, he took a beating. Okay, well, but he won. He won. It's just a hard-won fight. He's only down to 4 health. This knocks Cert, though, back down to his realm in Hell, or near Hell, where the fire giants are. Okay, next up, I think we're going to go with Freya. She's going to take a move right now. Let's see. She's going to, it is Jormungand. So he's basically going to go right here. It's the first time his cards come out, so he's not going to do anything. That's it, so she gets to take her action. She is way the heck up here. She's got a bunch of elves, but she is going to traverse over here, over to Shmushmishnaim, or whatever the name is. I'm going to get the name for you right, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Where she can get some of these dice for her action. That is Vanaheim, and as an action, she can take 2 Vanir dice, and there's nobody there, so she will take, in fact, 2 of these dice. These dice help her fight. She's got quite an army going on with the elves and these dice, but that is going to be her action, and that's it for her turn. Then we got Tyr. Tyr, oh my gosh, really? So Jormungand is going to activate. Let's go see what Jormungand does. Here is Jormungand's activation. It says, when activated, move Jormungand on Midgard 1 isle to the right. If he is on the rightmost island, we lose the game. Then add 1 anonymous pawn from the reserve on Midgard to Hell's strength ladder in Niflheim. Add as many anonymous pawns as indicated on the island where Jormungand arrives. So let's take a look at that. So here is Jormungand on Midgard. You can see that we're moving to this island. There's 1 pawn there, like there's 2 and 3. So there's 1 there. What does that mean? That means one of these guys has gone down to Hell. Ooh, down to here, and has now strengthened the goddess Hell. And so she's now a little bit tougher down there. That's not great, but I think that's all he does. So I'm going to double look check that. And now remember, if he ever gets to this island, we lose the game. So we got to be careful of that. Now we're going to take the 2 cards for them. We're going to put them back in their respective decks. So this one's going back to Freya on the bottom, and this one's going to Tyr on the bottom, and that'll be the second one he's put back. So they get kind of mixed up pretty quickly. However, that was all of their turns. So wait, no, Tyr didn't go. Where's Tyr's card? That was Freya's card, wasn't it? Oh no, that was Tyr's card. That was Tyr's card for the action, and it goes back right. So we're going to take Tyr's turn. Now Tyr's up with Loki, and he doesn't really have anything that he can do there specifically. I'm going to see how tough it is to fight Loki right now. Doesn't matter. He's not going to go where we want him to anyway. We could go fight his Jotun that is out, but we're not going to bother with that right now either. He's a strength 2 because he's had some movement on his chain as well. But let's go back to Tyr and see what we're going to do there. Tyr is going to drop it down to the Dwarven Forges, where I think he's going to take an artifact, and I'm debating on which he's going to take. These are all pretty good. He can take one of these 2. He can't take 3. There need to be another god there. But let me think about what he's going to do. I kind of like this one here, this horn of Galahorn. It says that on step 2 of your turn, you can move to any world on the mid-level. Midgard, Nadvillir, and Svartalhelm. That's anyone up here. That's pretty good. I like that one. But this one gives us +1 against Loki, and I kind of like that a lot. This is Heimdall's sword. It's called Hofund, and we can use it. Hofund says cancels 1 risk when you fight Loki. I think we're going to take that one. Now Tyr has an artifact, and he's got to drop one of those tokens down because Nidhogg is going to move pretty quick. Nidhogg can only move 4 times before we lose, so that's pretty bad. That's all of our characters though, so we're going to go 1 more round, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have better luck with like Thor. Actually, Thor has too few. No, that's right. I took enough from him. All right, well anyway, here's Thor's card, Tyr's card, and Freya's card. I think we're going to go with Tyr first because I kind of want him to start dropping these tokens down if we can. Let's do Tyr right here. Okay. Oh no, this is going to be Fenrir. By the way, Fenrir is actually already in action, so that's going to cause him to activate. Okay, when Fenrir goes, you move Fenrir out of the cage and place it on Asgard. Okay, well, we'll do that. If an enemy is already present on Asgard, Asgard becomes immediately devastated. No, actually there's but there's a Jotun. I don't know if that counts as an enemy. No, it doesn't. If Fenrir is already out of his cage in Asgard, on Asgard, leave it there, but you, the active god, must lose 3 life points immediately. We got to get him back in his cage. Your turn as the active god ends immediately. That was Tyr, right? Oh, Tyr's special ability is actually going to kick into play. I don't believe it. Instead, shuffle the Fenrir card you just got back into your enemy card's deck instead of placing it beneath the deck as usual. So we got to shuffle our cards as well. That sucks. So see, you really can't keep that good a track anyway. But anyway, let's go do that. So we're going to move Fenrir out of his cage to Asgard. So here he comes. He is moving out to Asgard. Bad dude that he is. And normally he'd cancel our turn. But Tyr has a great special ability, so I'm kind of glad I went with him first. This is going to pay off for us. He's still going to get to take his action. But the active god, Tyr in this case, does have to shuffle his card into the deck. I will do that in a moment. And then Thor is going to get back his card as well. That is Tyr's action. Now see, his ability is to cancel out the effect of Fenrir to end his turn. So that's awesome. I think we're going to take advantage of that for sure. Okay, Tyr is going to move over here to this land with, I got to remember the name of the land, with Thor over there, where he can gather creatures. Now, moving over there, he's going to take his action there, which allows him to gather some creatures from that space. We'll take a look. I think he gets to draw, because Thor's there with him and no enemies, I think he gets to draw 3 cards. Let's take a look. Yeah, that is Svartalheim, the world of the night creatures. And it says we get to, I think we get to draw 3 normal action card if it's in the bonus actions, 3 creature cards if it is in the bonus action. Look at the cards, immediately apply the effects of 1 creature of your choice. Then discard all the other creatures. Okay, perfect. We're going to do that and go take a look at those creatures. The creatures live in the ash tree, and like you, they fight for Yggdrasil's survival. They bring help and comfort to the gods. So let's go check that out. We're going to get some cool creatures. All right, here's the creature decks. We're going to get 3 of them. We're going to take a look and decide which one we're going to play. Now, they all have a special ability. Let's go take these over where the book is, and I'll show you the special abilities. And here they are. This is, we got Vidofnir, Verdandi, and Gary Freck. I think Frecky or something. Gary and Frecky, these 2 wolves or something. Let's take a look at what they do. Here's the eagle. Vidofnir says, take up the 3 hero pawns from the reserve in Midgard and place them in Valhalla. That's pretty good. That might be useful to us. Then we also got Verdandi. It's that one there. All gods may give each other life points from their own gods' sheets as they desire. That's pretty good too. I don't know if I want to do that. And then I have to find the 3 dogs here. Where are they? Let's see. They are. There it is. Jerry and Frecky. It says, you may move to any world, ignoring the usual rules of movement, and you may trigger a fight in which 1 risk is automatically canceled. Do I want to do that? I think I like the idea of putting the 3 guys up and the 3 warriors up in Asgard. What do you think? Here's the problem with that. If I take these guys from there and put them up here, he is still in play, and he's blocking the area. So we're going to send, I think, Freya in there to beat back both Fenrir and send him back to his cage and this Jotun. But I think we're going to do that because it'll help us in the long run. So we're going to play Vidfnir, which allows us to place 3 of these guys up here. Now, on later turns, we can take them and use them here. I'll just show you in the book so you can see what they can do. It says, take as many hero pawns available in Valhalla as you wish and return them to Midgard. Each hero you return to Midgard prevents 1 risk. So like in the battle we had with Thor versus Surt, we could have mitigated the damage by making sure that by using those heroes. We can't use them right now because Midgard or Asgard is blocked, but we will be able to use them in the future. So then we're going to discard these 3 guys right now. That's too bad. We won't get to use them later. but we might get to use some different creatures soon. So that was Tyr's turn. We don't got a lot of enemies that can actually do anything. I think since Thor is with Tyr, we're going to go with Thor. Let's see if we can get him there. Jormungand. Okay, that's good because that means he's not going to do anything. Now Thor's here. Now remember, we got to get these tokens down here. I'm tempted, but the creatures are so powerful. I love them. But I think Thor's going to take the option. He's already hurt. We're going to put a token here. Remember, we got to get them all 9 of them out, so we might as well get started on that. That's going to be his total action. He's not going to move. He's going to camp out there for the moment. And then we're going to go to Freya and see who she has. Nidhogg. There we go. I had a feeling this was going to happen. Let's go see what Nidhogg does when he's activated. When Nidhogg is activated, move it 1 step on the right on the Saga's book. An additional effect may be triggered. If Nidhogg hits the world tree icon like this, we win. If he hits this one, we lose. And that's the one we're going to land on if we don't complete our mission first. If Nidhogg reaches this, an effect may be triggered. In this case, it's not. This is the beginning of the saga, so it's really not doing anything special. So we'll move Nidhogg, and then we're going to take Freya's turn. Okay, so he's going to move right to here. That's it. That's all he does. And we have got 3 of the tokens out, so we got to get, if we keep at pace, we will lose. We got to get them out faster. So that is going to be his action, and we're going to get his cards back into the God's decks, and then we're going to take Freya's turn. So we've got Freya's card right here. We're going to put that on the bottom. And then I do need to shuffle up Tyr's cards a little bit. I'm doing that now because he had Fenrir, which requires that we shuffle his deck up. I'm doing it one-handed, though, so it's a little difficult for me. Okay, we got that there. And then this will go on the bottom of his deck. That's why I wanted to shuffle it first. All right, there we go. Now we can take Freya's action. Now, Freya is here by herself. I could take 2 more dice. She's got a lot of battle prowess. Now remember, when she uses the elves, oh, is that her? Yeah, when she uses the elves, she can. No, that's not the elves. What am I thinking? It's those guys up there that she can do that with, not the elves. But she has a lot of elves, so I think we're going to go beat back first Fenrir, and then the Jotun up there, so we can open that space back up. Or I could drop a token where I'm at and just deal with it. No, I think we got to free that up. We can move our heroes around and get these tokens out. So she's going to move over to here, over to Asgard, and she's going to fight Fenrir. Fenrir's not very powerful right now. It says we're going to retreat him to his cage, but the highest value in front of an empty notch around his cage. So he hasn't. None of that's happened. No worlds have been devastated yet. So she's just going to fight him outright and send him back home. She is going to spend one of her elves and send it back, which will mean that on her die, the 1s are also effectively not going to hurt her. But she only has to block 1, so I think we're okay here. Let's see. And she succeeded, just straight up succeeded. But she did burn one. She sent one of her elves into battle, and they lost it. And they've gone back home after helping defend her. They're mercenary types. But she defeated Fenrir. So as you can see here, Fenrir is going to go back into his cage where he belongs, right? And that is going to mark the end of this playthrough for today because we have reached 2 turns. I'm doing 2 turns per segment. Got a couple more tokens out. We've got some things going on there. But in the meantime, we're going to call it a day, and we'll come back in the next episode. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. I hope my handy cam work in my hand is not too bad for you. I'm trying to keep it as still as possible. It does move around a little bit. And, we're going to continue with this playthrough. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you catch any mistakes, please let me know. I think I'm okay so far. But do let me know, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Take care. Talk to you soon.